Just ahead on CTV News.
After a record-breaking 43 days, the federal government has officially reopened. I'm Anaya Falcon. Coming up, I'll share how the nation is slowly adjusting.
And how soon could furloughed employees see their first paycheck? Plus, 2 mothers are suing the county school district. These stories and more on CTV News, starting now.
Good evening, this is CTV News for November 13th. I'm Michaela Newton. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, the long-awaited end to the federal government shutdown is finally here. Our Anaya Falcon is in the studio with more details. Anaya?
The longest government shutdown in U.S. history is finally over. After a record-breaking 43 days, President Donald Trump signed a bipartisan funding bill late last night, a move that will finally restore pay for thousands of federal workers. The shutdown froze countless federal programs and left more than 800,000 federal employees without pay. But now agencies are reopening and workers could see back pay within days. USDA officials say those in most states should expect SNAP benefits to resume within 24 hours.
This cost the country $1.5 trillion, this little excursion that they took us on. So I just want to tell the American people, you should not forget this. When we come up to midterms and other things, don't forget what they've done to our country.
President Trump is referring to the Democrats, who prior to the government shutdown refused to support a short-term funding extension without restoring Affordable Care Act tax credits and reversing cuts to programs like Medicaid. Maryland Governor Wes Moore says President Trump could have ended this standoff with a phone call. He says he's grateful the government has reopened, but worried about the long-term impacts of the new funding bill. The governor said in a statement, quote, reopening the government matters, but healthcare premiums will continue to rise, and Marylanders are the ones who will pay for the price or lose coverage. This is a deal I have grave concerns about. The recent government shutdown is still impacting air travel. The FAA says flight reductions will remain at 6%, and it could take several weeks for operations to return to normal, as more air traffic controllers return to work after weeks of limited staffing. And analysts say it may take weeks for normal operations to return. But for many federal workers, just seeing a paycheck again in the coming days will be the first sign of recovery. We'll continue to keep you updated as the nation slowly adjusts to the government reopening. Back to you at the desk.
All right, thanks, Anaya. The current funding measure will keep the federal government running through January 30th. And 2 mothers are suing the Prince George's County school system over allegations that a teacher tied their first-grade students to chairs with a bungee cord. According to reports, mothers Kelly Young and Demia Roman received a call from the principal of Seat Pleasant Elementary School stating there had been an incident. Child Protective Services told the mothers their students were restrained with bungee cords in a chair. And both children are 6 years old, autistic, and nonverbal. We spoke with Jason Kistner, the attorney for the mothers, who told us the school self-reported the incident and the police were also called to the scene.
I have a hard time believing the administration didn't know of problems, at least in this classroom. The students were, each of the boys were separately taken to their doctors. We don't know the full extent of their damages because they're still receiving treatment. One of the boys was taken to the emergency room. They're brave to come forward. I mean, they're victims as well, both of these women, and they're brave to come forward, and they're trying to get answers from the school. And what we're seeking right here is not just justice, but transparency.
Now, they plan to file the lawsuit tomorrow. In a letter to parents sent by the principal, Desiree Early, that went out on October 23rd, which is when the incident happened, Early stated that the teacher was placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of an investigation. And a Montgomery County Council member says she's considering all her legal options after being confronted by 2 ICE agents in Adelphi. Kristen Mink of District 5 says she was walking near a school Monday when ICE agents were making an arrest. This video posted on her Facebook shows the 2 men approaching her, telling her she has to go. Mink tells them not to touch her on her phone or herself, and the situation escalates. The 2 agents then go into separate vehicles and follow Mink in their cars before driving away. Now, Mink says she will not stop recording ICE agents and their arrests, and that the interaction was an attempt at intimidation. The Department of Homeland Security has not yet commented on that incident. Meanwhile, as the 2026 Maryland legislative session nears, state lawmakers could face another billion-dollar budget deficit. According to reports, state leaders were told by fiscal analysts to anticipate a $1.4 billion budget deficit during the next legislative session. This would be a reversal of an original surplus projections of about $321 million. Reports also show that this year, Maryland has lost 15,000 federal jobs, the most out of any state. Republican state lawmakers are blaming the governor, Democrats, who are the majority in the state house, and spending for the potential budget deficit. And it's Blooming Day in Annapolis. The event, hosted by Blooming Health, a technology company, brings together government leaders, healthcare experts, and community organizations to address social and healthcare in the country. The company uses a multilingual AI-powered platform to transform how social care is delivered in the country. It connects underserved communities to food, housing, transportation, benefits, and more using phones, texts, and email. Nima Ruhi, CEO and co-founder of Blooming Health, says healthcare should be easily accessible.
The idea was born actually in the peak of the pandemic in New York City when the city was under lockdown. And a lot of people that were locked in their homes were out of medications or were out of food. And there's no real digital infrastructure that was able to reach those people. So we built an AI-based solution that can make phone calls, text messages, emails, and automates the process of detecting a social need and getting people connected to resources in their communities.
And for more information, visit that website right there on your screen. Well, Governor Wes Moore launches an initiative to help elect Democrats that are aligned with his agenda. According to reports, the governor has created the Leave No One Behind legislative slate, a campaign committee. But the goal of the committee is to elect Democratic candidates in the 2026 primary and general election cycle. Moore says, quote, "Together we will create a team I am eager to help elect and work with to carry out the mission we came here to do, which is make this Maryland's decade." And the Governor's Redistricting Advisory Commission held its first meeting Tuesday, and while it was short, there are still plenty of questions and not a lot of time to answer them. Chaired by Senator Angela Alsobrooks, the panel met virtually for just over half an hour, mostly to organize and get a quick census refresher. According to Maryland Matters, Alsobrooks says for now, meetings will stay online, but the commission hopes to hold in-person sessions soon to hear from Marylanders on whether the state should redraw its congressional lines at all. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Michaela Newton. Still to come, a new workforce center has opened in the county. After the break, find out how it'll help Prince Georgians re-entering the workforce. We'll be right back.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Food can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
We all have a type.
Maybe you know what your type is.
Maybe you don't.
But you have one. Am I your type?
You can be the type to save lives.
I read that gun injuries and gun suicides are going up among teens.
What do you think we can do about it?
If a kid is acting angry or keeping to themselves, it's important to make sure that they don't have access to a gun. They might be thinking of hurting themselves or someone else.
Keeping guns stored securely feels like the simplest way to help protect everyone.
I agree, yeah.
Welcome back. A suspect is now in custody in connection to an armed robbery and non-contact shooting at Bowie High School last month. The incident happened at the school on October 13th, shortly after dismissal. The suspect, 18-year-old Kobe Allen, was arrested during a search warrant at the 200 block of Harry S. Truman Drive yesterday. Officers saw a backpack thrown into a bedroom window containing 2 ghost guns, one of which was used during the robbery. The officers also recovered the student's moose knuckles jacket and shoes. And Maryland lawmakers are urging a state work group to move quickly on fixing problems in the foster care system. The group was formed to study why some foster youth are being kept in hospitals or hotels, but it's already behind schedule. The urgency grew after a 16-year-old girl, Kanaya Ward, died by suicide while staying in a Baltimore hotel. Lawmakers say they want real solutions before the next legislative session. And a new Trump administration rule could make it easier for medical debt to show up on your credit report. The policy wipes out state laws that banned it, including ones in Maryland and more than a dozen other states. Now, critics say the move weakens financial protections for families already struggling with health care costs. Americans now owe more than $220 billion in unpaid medical bills. And the newest Workforce Training Center in Bowie held its grand opening Wednesday. The event took place at the Ken Hill Center in Bowie. Now, the Workforce Training Center, in partnership with the City of Bowie Office of Grant Development and Administration and Employ Prince George's, serves as a resource hub for those looking for online career resources, resume building tools, and job search assistance.
We are the workforce development agency for the county here in Prince George's County. We are the workforce arm of the county. We help employ folks here. We help train them. This is actually our 5th center that we're opening up here in Prince George's County. We have ones in District Heights, in Brentwood, in New Carrollton, and in Laurel. Bowie will be our 5th one. The need is great. The need is great here in our county.
And the center is open Tuesdays through Wednesdays, 3 to 7 p.m. and Thursdays, noon to 4. Meanwhile, Prince George's County Council Chair Edward Burrows launches a new partnership to help county veterans get access to their benefits. Burrows joined the group Vet for Vet and Victory Church International for the free Veterans Day event. The goal was to provide support to veterans living in District 8 who are having a hard time receiving their Veterans Affairs benefits. The veteran-led group helps veterans navigate services like compensation and pension increases, VA healthcare enrollment, and more. And the city of College Park is working to turn an underused site into affordable housing. The site is located at 9829 Rhode Island Avenue near the Hollywood Shopping Center. According to the city's economic development director, the property is state-owned and hasn't been used since the pandemic. City council members voted to send a letter to the governor asking the state to redevelop the property. The letter shares how the site is close to public transportation, the soon-to-be North College Park Community Center, and newly renovated Duval Field. Well, Six Flags of America is officially on the market. County leaders are looking to capitalize on the more than 500 acres into a more lucrative venture. The family amusement park generated about $3 million in tax revenue, but leaders believe that number could grow significantly with the new development. The county does not own the land, but it controls the zoning and is looking for projects that attract visitors year-round. And today is International World Kindness Day, and QCI Behavioral Health celebrated with an open house. Event organizers say they hope attendees walk away prioritizing their mental health and being kind to their mind. The open house featured free health screenings, a guided clinic tour, intake and diagnostic evaluations, and even some free animal therapy.
Well, we wanted to have this open house, number one, because it's World Kindness Day, and really, we need kindness right now in the world, right? And QCI has been a staple in the community for just about 30 years, and we provide mental health services, and we also provide services for the homeless. So we wanted to have a wider reach so that community can know that we're still here to serve. We have Mission of Love, who is a really good nonprofit in the county that gives food away for unhoused individuals. We have 988, which is a very important partnership because that has a crisis line to help individuals if they're in crisis. And then we have a coloring station, we have a puppy station and an animal station so people can come in and de-stress.
And to learn more about QCI Health and any upcoming events, visit QCIHealth.com. All right, still to come on CTV News, the county usually leads the state in pedestrian fatalities. After the break, find out how stop sign cameras are making a positive impact. Stay with us.
Vision loss is not something that you feel until it happens.
Most people lose their vision from diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma, not at birth.
With macular degeneration, you lose your central vision.
You have a blind spot right in the center of your face, so I can't actually see your face.
So even that little circle in which I could see became a big blur.
I was 65 when I first was diagnosed with glaucoma.
There were no symptoms. I had no headaches.
3 million Americans have glaucoma, and half don't even know it.
11 million people in the United States have macular degeneration.
You lose mobility, independence, changes your entire life.
So many eye disorders can be treated if caught early.
My husband tells me that I have beautiful brown eyes, and I don't want to lose that.
Make a plan today to get your eyes checked.
Visit brightfocus.org to learn more.
Diversity is in our nature. It is in nature, too. Biodiversity. It connects us and sustains us. But nature's biodiversity is at risk more than ever before, and the future of all life is in our hands. So what will you do? Love it or lose it?
It is so hot out today, but I'm about to get this hike in, and I just had to show you the view. Beautiful.
Yo, you should come out here. We came outside to unwind.
Oh, wow.
Close the laptop. Transmission.
We outside. Come find us.
Good news, stop sign cameras installed in the county are seeing positive results. The solar-powered artificial intelligence cameras are powered by the Avio company. Avio released in a statement that the number of vehicles blowing through stop signs located in school zones dropped by 70% across 5 communities. The county often leads the state in the number of fatal crashes involving pedestrians every year. So far this year, 10 different municipalities have either adopted or plan to adopt the use of stop sign cameras. And a county-run library unveils new artwork done by local seniors. Hanging on the walls of the Hydesville Library branch are pieces of art done by seniors from the Friendship Arms apartment complex. In partnership with the city of Hydesville, the library hosted artwork sessions focused on sketching, drawing, watercolor, collaging, and acrylic. Organizers say this initiative is similar to the Therapy Through Art program done last summer.
The library really is one of the last true communal spaces. Everything's free. We don't charge anyone to be here. We don't charge anyone for any of our programs. So being able to take the library to them and now to bring them to the library where they've beautified our walls has been a really nice full circle example of community building.
Well, it was fun of us being together and painting. And then I thought about, oh, I can do this with my grandson. He's number 3 years old because he loved to paint.
The artwork will be on the walls of the Hydesville Branch Library through the second week of December. And one of your favorite fast food chains is planning to close hundreds of locations. According to their interim chief executive, Wendy's is set to close nearly 240 to 360 stores nationwide. Now, we don't know which locations are set to close, but the closures are expected to begin this year and continue into 2026. In the U.S., Wendy's sales declined by 3% and by 2.6% globally. There are currently 90 Wendy's locations in Maryland. And if you planned on riding a Peloton to help shed some extra pounds before the holiday season, listen up. The company is recalling approximately 833,000 bikes plus models sold in the U.S. The recall comes after several reports that the seat posts broke and detached during use, leading to 2 injuries. Now, this is the second time Peloton has had to recall bikes due to seat issues. Peloton is not offering refunds. However, customers can get a free replacement seat post. And the spotlight's blasting off this week because our pet of the week is Rocket. He's a 10-year-old black and gray Shih Tzu, and this little astronaut has been at the shelter since November 10th, waiting for his forever orbit. This senior space pup may be small, but he's got gravity-defying charm. Rocket loves belly rubs, short walks, and any opportunity to launch himself right into your lap.
He's a very laid-back, chill dog. As you can see, he's a senior dog. He doesn't do a lot of activities. A dog can really lay in your lap and just chill with you. He was surrendered by the owner because of cost. So he's been in the shelter for, like I say, about 10 days now. So he's looking for a very good home. So he'll be a wonderful dog. He's already housebroken, so he'll be a very good dog for somebody to take in.
So if you're looking for a furry companion who's ready to lift off into a new life, Rocket and all of his shelter buddies are ready to shoot for the stars with you. Call Animal Services at 301-780-7200. And remember, your next best friend could be just one Rocket ride of love away. All right, don't move. Simon Buggs is here with our Thursday sports page.
Hey guys, don't move because I have some college hoops highlights for you all from the PGCC women's basketball team's first home game of the season. And could the Lady Owls come away with the win to get their first dub of the year? Find out after the break.
Everyone loves a champion, someone whose performance puts them head and shoulders above the rest. But not all champions wear a medal or hoist a trophy. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. We believe abuse can be prevented by taking a hard look at how we coach, how we train, and how we interact after the last whistle. We've provided millions of safe sport trainings to coaches, athletes, and sport allies. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we're shifting sport culture because every athlete deserves to compete free from abuse.
Okay, sports fans, let's get into your Thursday sports page. Now, it was an exciting time over at Prince George's Community College last night as the women's basketball team hosted the College of Southern Maryland for their home opener. Now, the Lady Owls got the first bucket of the night for both teams as Kristen Smith drove to the basket and had this nice touch on this floater for the two-pointer. But the Lady Owls did wind up falling behind as this triple from the Lady Hawks, missed shots from PGCC, and this nice dish that turned into an easy layup for Southern Maryland helped the Lady Hawks go up 7-3 on the blue and white. The Lady Owls were still able to keep the game close though, going into the second quarter only down 19-15. Now Southern Maryland's lead began to grow in the second quarter though, as this made step back jumper from them, continuing offensive struggles from PGCC as well as turnovers, had the Lady Owls down 11 at one point in the quarter. but made buckets from PGCC towards the end of the quarter, like this good inside finish from forward Aaliyah Membrino, and this made tray ball from guard Layla Ba helped the team close the gap and go into halftime down 32-28 on Southern Maryland. PGCC was finally able to take the lead in the third quarter after sophomore guard Kalia Gaynor drove the length of the court after getting the board and laying the ball up. And now the Lady Owls were up 40-38 on Southern Maryland. And PGCC closed the third quarter with a 46-42 lead over the Lady Hawks. And in the end, the Lady Owls were able to hold on and come away with a win in their home opener, winning the ball game 57-52. Good work, ladies. The next opponent will be Essex County College on November 18th. And sticking with women's basketball news, the Lady Terps have started the season off strong with a 3-0 record to begin this season. And Maryland has been able to do this without one of their star players, as guard Bree McDaniel is still recovering from the torn ACL she suffered late last season. I spoke to the Chicago native recently, where she told me what her recovery process has been like.
It's been a good, steady process. Still just working through some things, but it's been amazing with the support I have with my teammates, family, friends. Like I haven't been through this alone, so just having the support that I have made the recovery process a little bit easier because of course my family isn't from here. I'm from Chicago, so it's I don't have my family out here, so just being able to have that second family that I can depend on has been great.
Hope to see you back on the court soon, Bree. Maryland will take the court tonight against another local school in Towson. The Terps and Tigers tip off at 7 o'clock. And sticking with Terps talk, the men's soccer team took the field last night for a Big Ten tournament semifinal matchup against UCLA. But Maryland wasn't able to pull out the win as they were shut out by the Bruins 2-0. And wrapping up sports, the Washington Capitals will take the ice tonight against the Florida Panthers. The puck drops at 7 o'clock. And that wraps up your Thursday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
All right, thanks, Simon. Let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight will be clear out with light winds. Tomorrow it's going to be sunny with a high of 58 to kick off the weekend. Saturday will be 60 degrees, and we have a 50% chance of rain Saturday night. Sunday will be mostly sunny with a high of 65 and a low of 39. And for our community calendar, tomorrow night, the city of Bowie is hosting Midnight Madness basketball. This program combines basketball games and competitions with individual and group skill development. This event is for ages 16 and up, but for more information, contact 301-809-2384. And have a story idea? You can reach out to our CTV News tip line by giving us a call at 301-386-4085 or sending an email to ctvnews@pgctv.org. And as always, we look forward to hearing from you. All right, that's all the time we have for CTV News. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.